Are you thinking about making the move to the Bismarck Mandan area in North Dakota? Well, you're probably thinking there's nothing here but snow, tumbleweeds, and the movie Fargo.
But the reality, it's actually one of the best kept secrets in the Midwest. We're talking about a booming economy, incredibly safe neighborhoods, and a riverfront lifestyle that's looking at the side of me like that.
It's always my fault. Anyway, I'm Mike Quast, and this is my wife, Lana Quast.
You gotta start again. Look at you while you're talking. It's so unnatural. It's really
Are you thinking about making the move to the Bismarck Mandan area in North Dakota? Well, you're probably thinking, all we got here is snow, tumbleweeds, and probably thinking about the movie Fargo, right?
But in reality, it's actually one of the best kept secrets in the Midwest. We're talking about a booming economy, incredibly safe neighborhoods, and a riverfront lifestyle that surprises almost everyone who visits.
That's right, and I'm Mike Quast.
And I'm Lana.
And we are the Home701.com team. We love helping people make the smooth move to the Bismarck Mandan area in North Dakota and showing you around the neighborhoods, showing you what the community has to offer you, as well as the entertainment areas and the different aspects that you're going to love when you check out North Dakota.
Whether you're relocating for a job, looking for a better cost of living, or just want a great place to raise a family, we've got you covered.
Okay, we are going to break down the top 10 reasons why people are packing up and moving to this Bismarck Mandan area. So let's get at it. So Lana, can you tell me what they are?
Sure. Number one, the economy and job market. So it's not just agriculture, which is our largest industry, but we also have a recession-proof economy with the state capital here, meaning we have government jobs and we have major medical hubs, Sanford and St. Alexis, and the energy sector. So we have coal, like Dakota Coal, BNI, Knife River, and we have oil and gas, like Bakken oil fields in the western part of the state. So we always have jobs because we need employees to keep the government running.
Yeah, and so, the healthcare system here is especially well developed in the Bismarck Mandan area. We have two competing large medical systems, and they really service most of the state. Sanford is one of the medical systems, and they're also in Fargo, as well as down in Sioux Falls in South Dakota, and they cover a wide area. But we are especially privileged to have a very, very good structure of medical facilities in the middle of the state, and they employ lots of people, lots of doctors, nurses, physical therapists, radiology technicians, just a wide variety of different professionals. So that's kind of special. Again, she was talking about the coal. There's a ton of coal industry things, as well as oil. Oil's been found in the North Dakota area, and there's in the Bakken area. I'm sure you've heard about that. And so there's a tons of jobs with transporting the oil here or there, or extracting the oil, or purification and that kind of stuff. So a ton of jobs in those areas. Construction, new builds of homes are going up. So there's a lot of that as well. Bismarck and Mandan are growing, as well as some of the bigger cities. Some of the smaller towns in the state of North Dakota are shrinking up a little bit, and your bigger towns, cities in North Dakota rather, are kind of getting a little bit bigger. So that's kind of the job market is healthy. When COVID hit, we had very little jobless numbers. So yeah, it was good. It was very good.
So yeah, we see a lot of people relocating here for jobs and finding they can actually save money because wages are competitive.
Yeah, and the cost of living is low, so that the wages go a lot further. So that's another great reason. So, all right, and the second reason.
Affordable cost of living. So you can compare Bismarck to the national average, and you find that your dollar goes further here in Bismarck.
Yeah, so definitely want to look at what your dollar can buy. I mean, a dollar here versus a dollar somewhere else, you might find that your housing prices are way higher, or your food prices are way higher. So your dollar does stretch a lot further here. Plus, there just isn't as much areas for your expenses to occur here. There just isn't the kind of issues that some other places may have, some of the bigger cities. So right in these communities here in North Dakota, they're pretty conservative with their viewpoints and how they spend their money as well. So your money does go a lot further here, and that's just really nice, because who doesn't want to save a buck, right?
Yeah, I mean, Even though home prices have gone up, you can still find a really great single-family home for a price you would only get a condo in another capital city.
Yeah, so that's your housing prices are one of the biggest expenses that you have, in your house, right? I mean, like car is only so much, but your house is like 10 cars, right? So, nothing else is as expensive as your home purchase. And so that's, a big factor. So what you're paying for your housing is critical. So when they do studies on rents across the nation, usually it's not uncommon to hear North Dakota being one of the lowest rents. In fact, this year alone, 2 cities in North Dakota were ranked in the top 10 in the nation, Bismarck and Fargo, for the lowest costs of rent across the nation. So 2 top 10 places. You can get a fairly decent 2-bedroom apartment somewhere for about $1,000, whereas in most places you're talking 1,1700 just to get a place like that. In some of the bigger cities you're talking in the 3,000 range. So definitely, like, this is in town, $1,000. This is easy access to stuff. Definitely a good value there. And what's the third reason?
So number 3, the great outdoors. You have river life here. The Missouri River is the lifeblood of the city. You have kayaking, fishing, where you can fish for walleye, and sandbar Sundays, or any day you want to go to the sandbar in the summer is really great. You have your neighborhoods like Southport, Whispering Bay, Fox Island, which is great because it's near the river and it's wooded and it has more of a rural feel. You have lots of various waterfront communities here.
So Lana had mentioned those 2 communities, in particular the Southport and Whispering Bay, and also Fox Island, and there's also Lakewood on the Mandan side. And what I can tell you is those are great places to live that have easy access to the water. They have the best of the best is finding like recreational activities on the water. The water is awesome. Like, I love it. You can fish on there. I got a boat. I can run out there in the spring, go fishing, meet up with friends on a pontoon, spend some time on a sandbar. You can get out and do some activities that don't cost a lot. The boat costs a lot, but you can just get on the boat and go for a ride, right? There's some restaurants on the river, so you can stop in, pull your boat up, get out, go have some food, get back on the boat, have a great day, right? Listen to some music as you run down the river. So the river is awesome for me. It is one of the best recreational things. For me, it's number 1 on this list, right? But not for everybody. So there's not a lot of places that you can get to live on the river and boat on the river and recreate on that river and still have a great life. And I believe you have that here. So,
Sorry.
And COVID Mary here will give us the next number 4.
Number 4. We have top-tier education here. So Bismarck Public Schools are highly rated. Plus, there are some great private options like St. Mary's, Shiloh, and others, and a higher ed, which is Bismarck State College and University of Mary. And you can also go to college online, as a lot of people do.
Yeah, there's some really great colleges here. We have the University of North Dakota. They are super good in the state here. They are Division I hockey. Sometimes they win the Frozen Four championship. Great hockey. We have Division I football, FCS champions. North Dakota State University, they consistently, in like the last 15 years, have won it 13 times, right? They always are in contention for that championship. And so just great, entertainment value. We don't have professional sports here. This is what we got. We got college sports and we're aggressive and we love it. Like, this is it. This is our teams, right? We put a lot of effort into that. Now, those are outside the cities of Bismarck, Mandan, they're in Fargo and Grand Forks, but in Bismarck here, we have BSC and University of Mary's for the colleges, and people always go to those different activities as well. They have, some great competitive structure games in those colleges as well. And then in the high schools, you have St. Mary's and you also have Shiloh Christian. And those 2 schools are larger schools. They're almost the same size as the public schools. And so there's a lot of like great schools in the public schools here too. I mean, there's just so much good competition. There's really not a bad school in this city or Mandan either. I mean, these are just great schools. I went to the public school here in Bismarck, enjoyed every minute. My dad was a teacher here at the Bismarck Public Schools. My kids have gone to one of the private schools, all variations of it. So, just good schools, have nothing but positive things to say about it. You got a good education.
Right. So, I mean, whether you're showing a home in Elk Ridge or you're showing in Silver Ranch or wherever, you really can't go wrong with the schools here.
No, you can't. I've done good. I've done good. Okay, that was bad. We'll move to the next one.
Number 5, safety and low crime. This is a place where people still look out for one another and neighborhoods feel secure and safe. You can walk downtown or in parks and feel secure. This is a huge selling point for families who are moving from metro areas.
Oh, for sure. So we used to live in Los Angeles. Feels so much safer. You know, you walk down the street, you're just not worried about such stuff that you'd see like in bigger cities, of course. It is definitely more rural. People watch out for themselves. You just feel safe. It's just got that small town feel where, you know, you just don't feel like there's an issue. But to be fair, you know, it is a very conservative state. There's people do not tolerate inappropriate behavior is a good way to describe it. And so, you know, it's a big focus in on the safety in the neighborhoods as well. And we just aren't boggled down with a lot of that junk that occurs with some of the bigger cities. So if living in a big city and, you know, having all those amenities, you love that, which is, you know, that's great to love, but you also get some of the negatives, right? You get some of that crime aspect that, you know, you lose a lot of that when you move to a smaller town, such as Bismarck Mandan. So that's definitely a positive. Well, and I also wanted to tell you, if you're planning to make the move to the Bismarck Mandan area, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom meet. We love helping people make that smooth move to the Bismarck Mandan area. Our contact information is below, and we're here to try to be your boots on the ground. So let us know if we can help you.
All right, number 6, 4 true seasons here. We have all the seasons, and yes, winter is a real thing, and it is long here in North Dakota, and we embrace it with ice fishing and other activities like hockey. And, you know, we also have great summers. We have nice warm weather. It's green and it's perfect for sitting out and having dinner on your patio and just enjoying the sunsets. And we do have, I do believe, some of the best sunsets I've seen anywhere.
Yeah, we've done a little bit of traveling. We were in Santorini, Greece, if you know where that's at, and watching you know, sunset over the caldera, the volcano area, the water area. And that was great, but you know, honestly, there's like 5 times better sunsets here. Mm-hmm. They're pretty crazy. They're nice. You know, you got this, you know, variations of red, yellow. It's just really, really cool how you can get that kind of a pattern on the sky. In the fall here, it's really nice. You know, it starts to cool down in the evening, and you know, you get the smell of some of the, you know, the different people burning leaves or, you know, getting ready for winter, that kind of stuff. It's just kind of a neat feel. It's a little bit of a chill in the air, just enough to wear a vest, you know, get around, do some of the stuff that you need to do prior to winter coming. And in the spring, we're just excited to get out of winter, you know, so we start shedding our layers and we get out there and just start engaging with the community and getting out and doing activities outside because, you know, it might have been too cold earlier and now we're full force, we're out at it. So summer gets really hot here too. So, you know, we're getting that in the water sports, right? Getting the river, you know, do different things like, you know, the different water activities and lakes and such. We have a lot of lakes in the state. A big lake called Lake Sakakawea, where it is a great fishing area, and you can boat for, I mean, it's big lake. So you have plenty of opportunities to get out and enjoy the outdoors, because that's what it is about in North Dakota, is outdoors activities for sure. Hunting, fishing, getting out and enjoying the wildlife and the outdoors. Okay, what's the next one?
Number 7, commute time, the 20-minute rule. So you can get almost anywhere in Bismarck in 15 to 20 minutes. There's no rush hour gridlock. So you can live in a quiet development like Silver Ranch and still be at the grocery store in minutes. Actually, there's a grocery store very close there. So it really is true. You really don't have that sitting on the freeway like you would in larger cities. It's rarely congested. Every once in a while you'll have, you know, road construction that'll hold things up. And when that happens, everybody thinks that it's a major event because we're not used to having to get stuck in traffic. And even when that happens, it's just not a big deal.
Yeah, I would agree. It doesn't get congested, much like my wife is congested. It is just nice and easy to travel. It's 10-15 minutes pretty much gets you anywhere in the city. There is a ton of little shopping malls, different places. The layout of Bismarck and Mandan was well thought out, and the city planners, I believe, did a great job of like scattering everything around the city to put things to get it very accessible to wherever you're living, so that you have access to groceries and gas and some of the main things. You know, some of the bigger things like the event centers in the middle of town, and some of the other things are kind of more in the middle. So easily accessible from the different areas of the Bismarck Mandan area. And to get to Mandan, there's 3 different roads across the river that plugs you straight into Mandan. So easy to get over there and back, and vice versa. So you can live in Mandan, work in Bismarck, and it still is a short commute. I live in Mandan and work in Bismarck, and it's about 12 minutes. So that's nothing, right?
Right.
And what's the next reason to move to North Dakota?
Number 8, parks and recreation. So we have an incredible park system here. We have the Dakota Zoo, the Super Slide, the amusement park, and miles of paved trails. You can bike all over the city and be on a bike trail. It's really great.
Yeah, and that bike trail goes right and up and down the river. So you get, really cool views of the river and get to see what's happening there. But it also we have numerous playground parks scattered throughout the city, as well as the schools are pretty much scattered evenly around the city, as they should be, right? So all that is well thought out. It seems to have, good placement and a lot of access to that, again, outdoors activities. So that's what we're here for, right?
Absolutely.
And then number 9?
Number 9, arts, culture, and downtown. So downtown Bismarck has revitalized. It has cool coffee shops. We have Laughing Sun Brewing Company. We have Bell Mayhew's Auditorium and the Heritage Center, which is free to visit. So we have so many activities that you can do, and there's many more that I haven't mentioned here. But the other nice, great thing is that we have downtown condos that are really becoming a hot commodity for people who want to have that walkable lifestyle.
Yeah, that's kind of been the focus lately. I think that's kind of a generational thing, and we're starting to see kind of places being built to accommodate those interests in being able to be walkable areas for people that are living in the downtown area. So they're, looking for the right spot that they don't really have to have a car, or possibly, use it rarely, maybe store it off-site, something that's just kind of a, every now and then thing. So yeah, definitely have a lot of little areas to dine, like little restaurants, a lot of little restaurants and walkable areas, and little galleries and different things that the city keeps encouraging and promoting, and so that's definitely a plus. So the first Tuesday of every month during the summer and the spring and fall, people cruise Maine with their cars. So they do more or less, it's like the hot rods that you have, or the sports cars, or the trucks, or anything that you would consider kind of unique or fancy, or your pride and joy, whatever you feel like that is worth showing off. People drive it up and down Maine, and they even line Maine and sit down and next to their car with some chairs and have some drinks and just watch the cars go by, and seeing what kind of antique car that might catch their eye, that kind of thing. So yeah, kind of just cool little events that they have like that.
And there's several car shows throughout the year.
Yeah, there's quite a few car shows, particularly in the summer. People don't like to take out the cars in the winter, right, because of the snow and the mess that would create. But yeah, they start pretty much in about April even, and so some of them do get a little bit of snow area, but they continue all the way until September. So tons of car shows.
Another fun event is the Mandan Christmas lights.
Yeah, and Mandan, right on their main street, has an area where they blocked off, and they have a huge area where people go and get together, and there's food there, and then there's different Christmas decorations and floats and this kind of thing that they have set up. And then in the summer, Mandan has a Buggies and Blues, where they have an event. They block off Main, and they fill the main street for I don't know, probably 6 or 8 blocks of just muscle cars and sports cars, and again, trucks and antique cars from the 40s, the 50s, you name it, they've got it there. There's actually one collection of grabber green Mustangs that Dan Kraft owns. I think it's something like 40 cars of them. He has every Mustang in that grabber green, and he has them on display there to see that, which is very unique. One of a kind collection that you definitely should see if you ever have a chance. So
yeah, neat color. Mm-hmm. We even saw some trucks that have tractor tires for tires.
Yes. There's some monster trucks. I'm guilty of loving those things, and they bring them out, anything and everything they can do. So we live close to an area where you can recreate down what they call the desert, but it's next to the river, and there's a lot of sand there. They take those big trucks down there with those tires, and they run them through the sand and have races and different things like that as well. And then number 10?
Number 10, North Dakota is nice. It really is a nice community. The people, and I know it sounds cliche, but it is true. People hold doors, they help you when your car is stuck in the snow, and they actually want to know your name. I once had a flat tire on my truck and somebody came and completely changed it for me. It was great. So we love working here because our clients become our friends, and that really is our kind of town.
Yeah, for sure. You know, like I said, it's safe. You know, you get to know your neighbors. Our neighbors we're gonna go, you know, vacationing with, and I mean, this is the kind of neighborhood that, you know, I mean, they're all like this, right? You get to know your neighbors. You know, you're not just passing by. It's a community. It's not just a city. It's a community. So, you know, we do things together. We call on them if you need a favor, something happens, you need to have your house checked on, or you need to have, I don't know, your pet checked on, or something got loose, or the garage door is left open, or you can't start your vehicle and you need a ride, or whatever the case may be. This is the kind of community that cares. And they're, you know, it is true, they're very nice about it. I mean, they're not in your face, you know, choking you out, but people do care about each other, and you know, if you're having a hard time, usually there's somebody out there willing to help you. Those were the 10, and hopefully you enjoyed that aspect. If you disagree with us, you're welcome to have your own opinion. If you live in this area, you know, why don't you put the comment below if you think there's a different reason to move here that you think is better than these top 10. Certainly open to ideas and willing to hear what you have to say.
So there you have it. From the endless outdoor activities on the Missouri River to the North Dakota nice community feel, Bismarck really offers a balance that is hard to find anywhere else.
Yeah, it's big enough to have everything you need, but it's still small enough to get across town in about 15 minutes.
Now, if you're thinking about making the move, or if you just want to know more about what your money can buy in our current market, we would love to be your boots on the ground.
Hey, we love helping people make this smooth move to the Bismarck Mandan area. You know, our contact information is below. Give us a call, send us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom meet. Let us help you make that smooth move to the Bismarck Mandan area.
Don't be shy. Reach out to us. Even if you're just in the planning phase, we're happy to chat.
Hey, and before you go, do us a favor. You're going to want to subscribe below and tap the bell to get the latest notifications as we make more videos about the community and the entertainment areas around the Bismarck Mandan area. So make sure you subscribe.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.